All right. Salakia. Looking at these scriptures real quick. All right. Shalom, shalom. Like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Haloyim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad. The Akim and the Akwat that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that this lesson is edifying. The brother Shawab Amawan back at you with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be called To the Believing Woman with an Unbelieving Husband. All right. And this lesson's been on my mind for a little bit. I just never got to it. Spirit hit me though to jump on it now. All right. But let me see. Yeah, so pretty much what I want to get into is speaking about the women that believe and for those that are in this truth, the few sisters that are in this truth, if you have an unbelieving husband, all right, you have to endure. You got to stay with your husband. All right, you can't just, whether your husband's wicked or not, all right, unless he gives you a bill of divorce, all right, and lets you go, you cannot leave your man, right? Because a woman is supposed to stay with her man till he either die. Shalom, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shabarakatah, sister. A woman is either she's supposed to stay with her man until she dies. I mean, until he dies, or until he gives you that bill of divorce. All right. Matter of fact, let me get that scripture out real quick. I believe that's in 1 second. Give me 1 second. Shit. Woman cannot leave her husband. Woman cannot leave her husband unless he dies. KGB. Yeah, this is Romans 7:2, and it says, "For so long as he lives, for a husband, woman forever until he either dies or he gives a bill of divorce. You see, and if he gives you a bill of divorce, all right, a man cannot go back to you. You see, I believe that's in Deuteronomy 30. Let me get there real quick. Deuteronomy, I think it's 23 or 32. Is it 23? Or it might be 22. I'll tell you right now. I didn't get to write down my scriptures. I just went with the spirit. So Salaki, just bear with me. And I'm in the middle of fucking traffic and trying to drive and teach at the same time. And watch for police in a fucking Edomite town. All right. Get that back real quick. All right, yeah, here we go. This is Deuteronomy 24 and 1. And it says, when a man has taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he has found some unclean in her, uncleanness, Salakia, in her, then let him write her a bill of divorce, or give it in her hand, Salakia, and give it in her hand, and send her out of his house. And the reason he has to give you that bill of divorce, because if he just lets you go and puts you away without that bill of divorce, and you go on and you do your thing, all right, that's going to cause you to do adultery. You see, he's basically giving you up for you to be caused to do adultery, and that's against the law, because you're only supposed to have one man. You're supposed to be one man, and the man that you sleep with and you lose your virginity to, all right, is the man that you're supposed to be with forever. All right. Well, I know according to the society, though, it's really not like that. I'm not saying you can't find no virgin out there, but it's like very rare. That's like, man, that's like finding a diamond in the middle of the street for real. See? But, women that have come into this truth have repented from that, and Lord willing, you that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua have mercy upon you for that, because now you understand the truth. All right, just like any man that was out there doing wickedly, all right, it's the same thing for the woman. All right, the woman ended up having the man, he was wicked at one point. He was committing adultery and doing all types of wickedness, and he repented, and he came back to the law, statutes, and commandments, and Yahweh gave him that truth, that showed him mercy by giving him this truth. The same thing with you women. All right, you women that once doing your little thing, whatever. No one's being the judge right now. If you women that have repented, you stopped what you were doing and you came back to your law, statutes, and commandments. And, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has had mercy on you for you to receive this knowledge. You see? So now it's all good, and now you got to endure. Just like a man got to endure in this truth, the women is no different for the women, man. You women have to go through the same exact things that we go through. You got to go through the fire too, just because you're a woman doesn't mean that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to take it easy on you. No, you get the same treatment as a man does. You see, when the time comes for these devils to come upon the men, all right, these damn devils are going to come upon you women too, because this devil knows that some of you women are going to be part of the elect, not the elect, but the 1/3 elect, yeah, but not the 1,000, because the 144,000 is the tabernacle of men. All right, but the elect, that is the 1/3, the men, women, and children that are believers. All right, they're going to be saved, man, and you're going to be tried just like anybody else, especially you women that's in this truth, because remember, at the end of the day, the woman is the weaker vessel. All right, so you're gonna be tried. And then it goes all the way back to the Garden of Eden. You see how the serpent, all right, he went after the woman because the woman is the weaker vessel. See, he wasn't about to try to pull that shit on Adam, all right, because Adam would have knew better, all right. But what did he do? He went after the woman because the woman is the weaker vessel, all right. Because you get in this society today that you get these women that try to act like they are equal to the man. I was actually talking to a woman the other day that was just, oh man, want to hit on with an uppercut because they be thinking they just really equal with a man and shit. You know what I'm saying? And she was talking about how we could do the same thing a man does this, and I'm just looking at her like, wow, you know, well, you keep thinking that, you know, keep that same energy when the time of Jacob's trouble comes and all that. All right, we're gonna see if you're gonna be able to do it without a man, and, you know, but that's besides the point. All right, the point is that the woman is the weaker vessel. All right, so you're gonna be tried in a lot of ways. Okay, so you are no different from the man in this truth. You get treated, you know, the same way, basically. All right, but at the end of the day, a woman that's in this truth, all right, cannot leave her man. She has to stick with him. All right. Now, back to what I was saying. If she does get a bill of divorce, all right, then you're allowed to move on to another man. All right. Now, if your man dies, all right, according to the scriptures, the brother is supposed to take over. All right. The brother's supposed to take over. And if the brother doesn't want to take over, okay, they will have to go before the elders, and then she will have to tell them what's going on, and he will have to explain to them why he doesn't want to take them. But then after that, the woman is supposed to spit in his face, and I think something with the shoe. Let me get that real quick. And the woman shall spit in his face, KJV. Deuteronomy 25:9. Let me go up too. And it says, and if a man like not to take his brother's wife, because the reason he's supposed to take the brother is because if he didn't have kids and he died, the woman's supposed to go with the brother to continue the legacy on by having children for his brother that died, you see? And it says, and if the man like not to take his brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to the gate unto the elders and say, my husband's brother refuseth to raise up unto his brother a name in Israel. He will not perform the duty of my husband's brother. Then the elders of his city shall call him and speak unto him. And if he stand to it and say, I like not to take her, then shall his brother's wife come unto him in the presence of the elders and loose his shoe from off his foot and spit in his face, and shall answer and say, so shall it be done unto the man that will not build up his brother's house. See? And his name shall be called in Israel in the house of him that has his shoe loosed. See? So, you know, if the brother doesn't want to take on with you, that's what will end up happening, you know, according to the scriptures. All right. Apparently we don't live in that order anymore. All right. And we will be going back to these orders, but by then everything will be in the right state of mind, everything will be in the right order. We ain't gonna have to worry about a brother dying because ain't gonna be no death in the kingdom for us. We're gonna be immortal, you see. But that's how it was. That's how the law was. All right. Now going back to 24. All right. Let me read that again. 24:1. When a man, these motherfuckers, bro. Damn, I don't think you could do it. I was gonna say, Bubba Shaw, if you could block them out of my damn thing, but I gotta put y'all on the list for y'all to block. It's all good though. It says Deuteronomy 24:1, when a man has taken a wife and married her, and it comes to pass that she find no favors in his eyes because he has found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house. All right. Yeah. Reason why? Because if you don't, then she will be causing adultery. All right. She will be doing adultery when she goes and finds another man. And then it says, and when she departed out of his mouth, she may go and be another man's wife. And if the latter husband hate her and write her a bill of divorce and give it to her in her hand and send her out of his house, or if the latter later husband died, which took her to be his wife, her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife. After that, she is defiled, for that is an abomination before the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Lord Yahweh, thy power, given thee for an inheritance. You see, so so the woman left her, ended up getting that bill of divorce from her husband. She goes on and she moves on with another man. Now that doesn't work out with him and her, and he sends you on his way. You cannot go back to your last husband. And it's funny because you see that a lot in this society, man. These women, they'll be with one guy, all right? Then they get bored and all this shit. And next thing you know, they just decide to want to go out there and have some fun, mingle, be a harlot, whatever. And then they think that they have the power to go back to that first original guy whenever they feel like it. And then because our men in this society is fucking effeminate as hell, they done lost their balls, all right? They dumbasses will take back their women. You see? I'll take you back any day, anything for you, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Well, you can't do that, man. That's an abomination before Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You see? So that's the only time that a woman can actually leave a man is when he dies or he gives her that bill of divorce, right? Other than that, okay, just like we read in Romans, a woman is bound to be with a husband until he dies, man, forever and ever and ever, all right? But, in this society, Esau has taught our women to, go out there and have fun, do your thing, especially a lot of, women have made mistakes as growing up, in high school, middle school. I remember when I was in high school, middle school, shit, these women was hot. These women they was ready to go, and that's the time mostly where they make those mistakes, to go out there and go sleep with multiple men. They trying out this man and that man. At the time you didn't know. It ain't your fault at the time. It's just that the society we live in teaches you that. It has our women going buck wild out there. And they thinking it's okay. All right. And even us as men thinking the shit is okay for them to do that. But we didn't know no better to correct our women. All right. But now that we know these scriptures, we're able to correct a woman. And a woman that's into this truth, she has to abide by that law now. So what man you with right now, all right, whether he's in the truth or not, you have to stay with this man. But the point of of this lesson is the one that has the unbelieving husband. Now, the ones that have the unbelieving husband, because I've heard that question, what am I allowed to leave my man if he doesn't believe this and that? No, you have to endure because you have to rehearse the righteous acts and the duties of a woman, you see? So by you doing that, you have to keep yourself under the law. You have to endure. It don't matter if your man is the biggest piece of shit, all right? You have to endure that because you're showing your faith towards Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai by keeping those laws, you see? And if it's meant to be, all right, hey, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, if you're meant to be with somebody else, it'll happen somehow, all right? But for the most part, you're going to end up staying with that person. As a matter of fact, I could get that in First Corinthians 7, all right? And it says, this is in 10, I believe. Yeah, and it says, and unto the married, I command, is it that one? Yeah. It says, and unto the married, I command yet not I, but the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, let not thy wife depart from her husband. See? I'm going to even read it on the NLT because I got it next to it. It says, but for those who are married, I have a command that comes not from me, but from the Lord. A wife must not leave her husband. You see? So she's not supposed to leave her husband. All right. And it says, this is 11 going in the KJV. And it says, and if she depart, let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband, and let not the husband put away his wife. All right. So if you unmarry yourself, which at the end of the day, sex is marriage, according to the scriptures. All right. You got to stay unmarried, man. All right. You want to move on from a man, don't want to be with them. All right. You got to keep yourself single. You can't be messing with no other man. All right. And if you want to do that, all right, the only way you could do is getting back with that man. All right. But you can't, like we just read, if you went and was with another man. All right. Because he gave you that bill of divorce. But if he didn't give you that bill of divorce, and let's just say you guys are just not dealing with each other at the moment, all right, you can't go out there and mess with no other man. All right. You can have your little break and all that, but that's still your man's possession. All right. Because you are supposed to be submissive onto your husband. All right. That's what the word woman goes into. All right. The word woman goes into, in the word etymology, that she is a female servant. All right. You were made to serve. All right. That's why in the beginning, Genesis 2:18, it tells you that the woman was created for the man to be a helpmeet. You see, because YAHAWAH'S said it's not good that man should be alone, so I will create for him a helpmeet. All right. Plus, the man was created first. All right, which the man is going to have rulership over the woman. All right. I believe 3 and 17 goes into that, or 3 and 18, around that. All right. That the man, you shall have desire towards your husband. All right. Because, yeah, he's the one that's going to rule over you. No woman rules over a man. The ordinance goes into, in Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 11. It tells you the order of, how it is in society. The order is Yahweh being on top, then YAHAWAH'S, then comes the man, then comes the woman. See why? Because the man was created before the woman. All right. So continue reading that, and let me read that in the NLT too. All right. It says, but if she does leave him, let her remain single, or else be reconciled to him. And the husband must not leave his wife. See, she either got to stay single or stay with them. So you can have that little break if y'all want, but you can't go to no other man. You got to stay with your man until he die or gives you that bill of divorce. All right. Now continuing, 12, it says, but to the rest speak I, not the Lord YAHAWAH'S. If any brother has a wife that believeth not, she be pleased to do well with him, let him not put her away. Yeah, because let me read it in the NLT. It says, now I will speak to the rest of you, though I do not have a direct command from the Lord YAHAWAH'S. If a Christian man has a wife who is not a believer and she is willing to continue living with him, he must not leave her. All right, you see? And because that's pretty much, unless he gives you that bill of divorce, that's who you're going to be. That's one of your women. You got to take care of your women. That's why when it says that if a woman have 2 wives, all right, his duties does not pass. His duties don't go away. He has to take care of his women, man. All right, you chose to have women. All right, you chose to have multiple. You got to take care of them equally. All right. That's just that simple. That's why we tell men in this society, because you get these men that will try to be like, oh, can I have 2 wives, 3 wives? Well, yeah, it ain't the right thing to do in this time, because you don't want to be doing that shit in this kingdom. That's for damn sure. All right, because women's emotions is off the hook. All right, but if you think you can handle it, that's on you. But remember, you got to take care of each and one of them women equally. And you can't just say, I'm going to smash this and throw it away and that's it. No, you can't do that, man. You got to take care of your women the rightful way. You see? Continuing. All right. This is 13, and it says, and the woman which has a husband that believeth not. All right, this is the point. If ye be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. All right. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife. You see, because you women, all right, can actually save your man. You see, by your belief and your faith and you doing the works, you can actually save the unbelieving husband. All right, and that's vice versa for the man too. The man might have an unbelieving woman, but if you're doing your works, you can save your whole entire household, man. You can save that woman and your children as long as they're Israelites, all right? If they heathen women, you ain't saving nothing there, all right? But if they're Israelite women, absolutely you can save that household. See, your whole house. So let me read that again. 14, 7 and 14, 1 Corinthians, for the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, all right? Sanctified going into made holy, all right? And it says, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Elsewhere, your children unclean, but now are they holy. You see, that's how powerful that is, man. And I know a lot of women right now that have men, all right, but they ain't, you know, they ain't got unbelieving, they got unbelieving husbands, but you gotta endure that. All right, that's a test of your faith, see, to see what you're gonna do. And then you'll get Satan that'll try to sift you women out of the truth like that. You know, putting thoughts in your head to go find another man, do this, do that. All right, but you can't. You got to endure all the way into the end. You know, I take, for instance, my sister. You know, my sister, she's a believing woman. All right, but her husband is just like in the air. You see, he's like he's starting to come around to it, but he's still not there. Which we already know being lukewarm is not good. All right, but there's a lot that's going through his head that, you know, makes him not believe, that makes him believe. And, you know, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. But, you know, my sister will have to endure that, you see? And she does try, she tries to endure it as best as she can, you see? So that's what the duty of a woman is, all right, to keep enduring. And it says, let me read 15, but if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or sister is not under bondage in such cases, but Yahweh has called us to peace. All right. Now let me see. Let me read that in the NLT. It says, but if the husband or wife who isn't a believer insists on leaving, let them go. In such cases, the Christian husband or wife is no longer bound to the other, for Yahweh has called you to live in peace. And you can do that, all right? But see, you can move on, but you can never go back to another man, all right? Because you pretty much wanted to go on your own, all right? You're gonna have to endure it by yourself. That's why it goes back to that. What verse was that? Hold on real quick. It was in that one verse where it said, that let her stay unmarried. Oh yeah, right here, 11. But if she depart, let her remain unmarried. You see? So if you decide to leave, all right, you're going to have to remain unmarried. See, you can't go out there and go do your thing. And it's better that you women are like that, because just like it tells you, keep reading in the chapter, it tells you that for the man to, for those that have a wife, act like if they have not a wife. All right. And those that are unmarried, stay unmarried. Don't search, you know, because at the end of the day, we are all individually working out our own salvation, each and one of us. So it's better that in these times that if you end up leaving a man, all right, and you want to have peace in your life for whatever reason it is, it's best you stay single. All right. Don't get caught up trying to be with another man and play yourself out. See, keep yourself single so you can actually focus on yourself, on making that kingdom, of making your election and calling sure. Because remember, we constantly tell people, it's the few sisters is going to be enduring in this truth. All right, that means a little number of women are going to really make it out here. Most of these women is not going to make it. You know, 2/3 of these people that's got to go, a lot of them going to be straight women. There's more women on earth than men. All right, so that can only tell you that 2/3 is going to be a high number of actual women. You see? So it's best that if you do decide to take that route, all right, and pretty much, you know, go your own way, you're going to have to stay single. And you know what? You got to endure in this truth still. You still got to abide by the rules. All right, you still got to do the best of your ability, what is required of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, come on, dogs, doing. All right, let me finish reading that. I hate when these damn guy just throws my trash can all over the place. He disrespects the shit out of my damn garbage can. Let me see what this brother got. Put some scriptures real quick. Man, brother got some scriptures up in here. Yeah, hold on. Let me get this off real quick. Con. All right. This is Ecclesiasticus 36:24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, a pillar of rest. You see, that's his possession, man. All right, once you get that wife, that's your possession right there. All right, a help like unto him tells you the same thing in I believe it's in, let me get that real quick, it's in Tobit, Salakia, Tobit, is it 4:18? 4:18. Nah. Is it 2:18? I know it's around those lines. No. Maybe 6:18. Nope. Salaki, give me 1 second. Pull out my book. It's a park. Tobit, what the heck is this? Oh, Tobit 7:6. All right, Salaki on those numbers. It says, thou madest Adam and gavest him Eve, his wife, for an helper and stay. Of them came mankind. Thou hast said, it is not good that man should be alone. Let us make unto him an aid like unto himself. You see? And that goes exactly with what the brother put up. All right. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. You see? All right, let's see what else we got here. This is Matthew 5:31, and it says, it has been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, all right, which fornication is what? True fornication is you not sex before marriage, like they teach you in these fucking churches and shit like that. All right. True fornication, that goes into the word pornea, all right, which means to have adultery, commit adultery. You know, a man that goes and sleeps with another man's wife, all right. Someone that sleeps with relatives, all right. You doing bestiality, all right. These are all different forms of fornication. It says causes her to commit adultery, all right. And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery also. You see, man, you're having sex shit, it ain't no joke, man. You know, because in this society they teach you to have sex with whoever you want. You see, sex was supposed to be sacred. Sex is what do you call it? You transferring spirits and everything, man. All right. So sex in this society, they tell you that it's okay to just do whatever you want for your pleasure. Yeah, it's a pleasurable thing. It's something that we do enjoy. All right. But it's really to be making to have, you know, our children, to bear our children and continue our legacy and to nation build. You understand? And then it says, let's go to 1 Timothy 2:15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with severity. Yeah, because at the end of the day, the women that are going to be saved in these days, all right, is going to be saved for childbearing. And those that are in this truth, all right, that are really following, they understand that. You see, they understand what their true duties as a woman is. They understand that men are supposed to have multiple women, all right? And they don't complain about it. You know, that's why we say the few YAHAWAH'S in this truth. But the rest of these women, you tell them that shit, oh, forget about it. You know, that's World War III right there, you know, without Russia bombing us. All right. We got Ezekiel 6:32. And it says, but as a wife that committeth adultery, which taketh strangers instead of her husband, behold, therefore I will gather all thy lovers with whom thou hast taken pleasure. All right. And all them that thou hast loved, with all them that thou hast hated, I will gather them round about against thee, and will discover thy nakedness unto them, and nakedness going into their shame. All right. That they may all see thy nakedness. They may all see your shame. All right. And it says, and I will judge thee as women that breaketh wedlock and shed blood, shed blood are judged, and I will give thee blood and fury and jealousy. You see, you're going to end up, you're going to have to pay for that, man. All right. That's why it tells you in the scriptures, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. You know, you get these women today, they just want to go out there and have fun. All right. They want to, you know, do whatever they please. But you out there living in pleasure, and you're basically setting yourself and marking yourself for death, man. All right. This is, we all know this one, Exodus 20:14. Thou shalt not commit adultery. All right. And that goes for both ends. All right. Mark 10:11, and he saith unto them, whosoever shall put away his wife and marry another committeth adultery against her. And if a woman shall put away her husband and be married to another, she committeth adultery. See, these laws is plain and simple, man. All right. This is 1 Corinthians 11:8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. Yeah, because that's the order, you see, and that's letting you know that the man is supposed to be above the woman. Okay. And I always when I always read that also too, I think about how, you know, these women this society will try to tell you that the woman is the one that makes life, and yeah, a woman bears a child and all that, but everything comes from the father's lineage. You see, Numbers 1:18 tells you that everything's through the pedigrees of the fathers. All right. So when I read that also, it makes me think of, for the man is not of the woman, you see, but the woman of the man. All right. Because everything comes from the father's lineage. So the man and the woman is created because of the father's seed line, you know. All right. But let me see what else I got in here. Let me finish reading 7 what was that? 7 and I was on 15. I'll read 14 one more time. All right, I'll start from 13 one more time. And it says, 1 Corinthians 7:13, and the woman which has an husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy. All right. So again, The woman that is a believer can save the unbelieving husband, man, through her works, through her faith, vice versa to the man. All right. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but Yahweh has called us to peace. All right, which we explained that. And it says, for what knowest thou, O wife, whether thou shalt save thy husband? Or how thou knowest thou, O man, whether thou shalt save thy wife? But as Yahweh has distributed to every man, as the Lord has called every one, so let him walk, and so ordain I in all churches. All right. Let me jump down to yeah, because this part is separate right here. Matter of fact, I'll read this. Is any man called being circumcised? Let him not become uncircumcised. Is any called in uncircumcision? Let him not be circumcised. Circumcision is nothing, and uncircumcision is nothing, but the keeping of the commandments of Yahweh. Yeah, because all right, when you are circumcised, that means the uncircumcision are the ones that are pretty much going off. All right, because you got two different types of uncircumcision. All right, you got the physical circumcision. All right, where when you were born according to the law, all right, on the 8th day all the males were supposed to be circumcised. All right, which that was a token of it was a token to I forgot what the token meant. All right, but it represented that you were under the law properly. All right, but then you got the ones that are uncircumcised, like these Gentiles. All right, they're not into the truth. So you being not into the truth, all right, you're uncircumcised. All right, but then when you come into this truth, all right, and you go back to your law, statutes, and commandments, you are now circumcised. You see? So you went from uncircumcised to being circumcised. And that's what it's speaking about right there. All right, because keeping the commandments, all right, circumcision is nothing and uncircumcision is nothing but the keeping of the commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. Art thou called being a servant? Care not for it, but if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's free man. All right. Likewise, also he that is called being free is Yahawa's servant. Okay. Let me continue. Yeah. You are bought with a price, but not ye the servants of men. Brethren, let every man wherein he is called therein abide with Yahweh. Now concerning virgins, I have no commandment of the Lord, yet I give my judgment as one that has obtained, all right, mercy of the Lord to be faithful. I suppose, therefore, that this is good for the present distress. I say that it is good for a man so to be. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loosed from a wife? Seek not a wife. And that was going back to what I was saying before. That goes vice versa for both of us. If you're a man that has a wife, act like if you don't have a wife. If you don't have one, pretty much don't seek for one. And the same thing for the woman. All right, because you have to be focused into this truth. And then it says, and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she has not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have troubled in the flesh, but I spare you. All right. Matter of fact, let me read 27 again and 28, but in the new the NLT, it says, if you have a wife, do not seek to the end of the marriage. If you do not have a wife, do not seek to get married. All right. But if you do get married, it is not a sin. And if a young woman gets married, it is not a sin. However, those who get married at this time will have troubles. And I am trying to spare you those problems. And that's what I was saying earlier, because in these times, it ain't wise to be doing things like that, man. All right. We heading into some crazy times. You want to keep your eyes single. All right. Your eyes single going into you being focused. All right. When your eye is single, your whole body is full of light. You see? And then it says, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. it remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. All right, which we know that, man, this place is about to go, and that's why you don't want to be getting involved with situations like that. All right, and then it says, but I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. But he that is married careth for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. You see, and that's vice versa. All right, that's right. Absolutely. The father carries the X and Y chromosome, but they teach you in the society that the woman is the one that carry all that shit. You see, they'll try to put everything on that woman. That's why you get these motherfuckers that be into like that Egyptology and shit. They worship the woman. Oh, the woman is the one that brings life. The woman brings the seed. Without the woman, we can't do that. Yeah, we know that without the woman, we can't bear the seed. All right. Obviously, we need the woman to make our kids, but at the end of the day, everything is coming through the father, man. Everything is coming through the man. All right. That's why when you go to like these sperm banks and shit like that, they really not taking no woman's eggs, bro. They taking that man seed. See, a woman gets one egg basically during the whole month, and throughout that whole month, all right, they maybe get like 3 days where they the most fertile, you see. But a man, he constantly ready to go. A man can have 100 women in 100 days, have sex 100 times. 100 times in 100 days. All right, each day one time, and he could get 100 different women pregnant. But a woman, you're not about to do that with just one woman. A woman, you're gonna have to wait till she fertile. She dropped the egg. Then you gotta wait. If she do get pregnant, you gotta wait a whole 9 months. You gotta wait almost a whole damn year for her to recuperate. For you to have a kid. That's why that men were supposed to what? Be fruitful and multiply. That's another reason a reason, Salakia. That's how that a man is supposed to have multiple wives, you see? Because there's more women than men. So they were created to be out there, more women than men, for one man to have multiple wives, man, and be fruitful with many different women. All right. So let me read that again. This is but he that is married careth for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. There is no difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman careth for the things of the Lord, that they may be holy both in the body and the spirit. But she that is married careth for the things of the world, how she may please her husband. You see, and this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction. You see, and that's the main thing right there. All right, you being not distracted from this truth, and that's a little sifting element that Satan has, because we are naturally, all right, the ones that are normal. We ain't talking about this, the Skittles community or none of that. All right, we talk about the ones that's normal. All right, we naturally have an automatic opposite attraction. You see, we like a woman likes a man, and a man likes a woman. You see, but you still don't want to be distracted. Don't let those things fool you and keep you away from the truth. All right, and again, that's what Satan is gonna do. He's gonna try to sift you by putting many women in the path of a man. All right, and then him putting men, all right, and thoughts of a man in the path of a woman to try to sift you away from this truth. But those that are firm, those that are unmovable, all right, steadfast in the truth, all right, they're not going to be able to be distracted. Why? Because they know what is required for them to do and get salvation, man. All right. But that's pretty much the point. because the next one goes into a woman, you know, being about a young woman and what's the age of, her being able to be married, which, that's a whole nother topic. That goes into, because at the time, as a matter of fact, let me read it real quick. This is 36, 7 and 36. But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely toward his virgin, all right, because a virgin goes into a fair woman, all right. Matter of fact, let me see what it says here. I believe it goes into a fair woman, that virgin. A marriageable maiden, all right. Basically, a fair woman, a clean woman, a holy woman that's ready to be married. All right. And it says, but if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely toward his virgin, if she pass the flower of her age, all right, which that goes into her having her period, her menstrual, all right, her cycle, whatever you want to call it. That's when a woman is ready to go. All right. Just like the same thing with a man when he goes through his puberty. All right. That's when he's ready to go. But you can't, in this society, man, these people look at you like you crazy. That's why I say that's a whole nother topic, because that goes into that whole, pretty much men and women are ready to be, to do their thing at the age of, like, back in those days, it was around 12, 13 years old, you see. But again, that's a whole nother topic. We've gotten into that topic many times, but these people don't understand that. But it says, if she passed the flower of her age and need so require, let him do what he will, and he sinneth not, let them marry. And we all know that sex is marriage, but I'm not even gonna get into that whole conversation right now, because that'll be a whole nother hour just on that topic alone. Which I'm gonna probably do a video on that anyway, because I've done it before. But got to brush up on those skills and bring it back out, Lord willing, if the Lord allow it. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much the point. The point is that you women that have unbelieving husbands, all right, you got to still endure and do your duty as a woman. There is no, I'm gonna leave him, he's not believing, he's wicked. Hey, that's something you got to deal with. That's your lot. You see, that's your way of being tried in your faith, to see if you're gonna go and do otherwise. All right. And not follow the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, because you women have a certain duty as a woman. All right. And you women that are in this truth, you know where it is. All right. You women could teach other women to be righteous women. All right. The Proverbs 31. All right. Proverbs 31, woman 10 all the way on down. It teaches you what you should do as a woman. All right. As a duty. You got Titus, I think it's 3 and 5, around there, tells you how to be, a righteous woman and things like that. And then if you want to know what you're not supposed to do as a woman, you go into Ecclesiasticus for that. You see? And there's other, places, but main scriptures, Ecclesiasticus 25, 26. Those 2 chapters tell you what not to do as a woman. What causes you to be a wicked woman. All right? But, as a woman that has an unbelieving husband, keep enduring. Keep doing your thing. Keep pushing. You can save your man. All right. Learn how to be submissive onto your man. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Women, be submissive to your husbands, KJV. Several of them, that's why. Yeah. This is Ephesians 5 and 22. Wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as unto the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All right. And you see how it says onto your own, all right, your own husband. It's not telling you to go out there and go mess with somebody else's husband, because if you have your own husband, all right, a woman can't go out there and go mess with another man that's already, wifed up with other women. You see, you belong to that man. You can't go to no other man. All right. This is Colossians 3 and 18. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as it is fit in the Lord. All right. Husbands, love your wives and be not bitter against them. And that's something that we got to do also. When our women are doing what we're supposed to do, we got to take care of our women. And that's why we tell these women, a lot of these women will be like, oh, men ain't shit, this and that, blah, blah, blah. All right. But they don't understand that if they would just be submissive, because a real man loves a submissive woman. All right. That's why pretty much these men nowadays, when their women is not being submissive and they just being reckless, they pretty much go out there and they'll go look for another woman. And they'll go find a woman that's gonna be what? Submissive onto them. All right. The ones that are gonna do what they basically tell them. You see? Because that's what a real man likes, a woman that's submissive. So when you are submissive onto your man and you're submissive, especially onto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua first, all right, you are going to be blessed with your husband. Your husband is going to take care of you the way you're supposed to be taken care of, because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua going to put the spirit in that man, all right, to take care of you the way you're supposed to be, all right, because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And not only that, it actually turns a man on to have a submissive woman, and he wants to make sure he is pleasing his woman. You see, because his woman has I don't want to say like he has earned it, but let me just say it like that so you have a better understanding. I mean, a woman has earned it. Like, all right, damn, man, I gotta be good to my woman. You know, she doing her damn thing, man. You know, there's nothing that she don't do for me. So that's just gonna make a man be around his woman constantly. You know, but in today's society, these women so off. That's why motherfuckers is working triple shifts, double shifts. Niggas ain't trying to come home, all right? Because they ain't trying to come home to that bullshit. They're not trying to hear you, you know? And that shit is just, you know, these women on top of that, you know, a woman has compassed a man in this society because Esau has allowed them and fed them that philosophy. So now these women think they got an upper hand over the man. These men are not, you know, they don't have no cojones nowadays, all right? They on their effeminate side. So, you know, everything's all messed up and out of order. And that's why we can't wait to get up out of here, man, because once we get up out of here, everything is going to go back to its original order the way it's supposed to be, you know, and we can't wait for that, because then that's when everything, man, we can't wait for order in this world, man. This earth is going to be so beautiful to live on once it's all in order, you know. Once you get this damn devil out of his rulership, man, he's got everything messed up here, man. You see? Let's see what the brother got. That's right. That's Eve for you. That's right. And it ain't just the Eve. So Eve is the worst. All right. The Judite woman is the worst. We know that. All right. Because, and the reason the Judite woman is the worst is because they are the head tribe, man. Judah's the head tribe of all the tribes. All right. So in all reality, they suffer the most, man. All right. But it ain't just the Eve. All right. It's these other tribe women too, man. These other tribe women are no different. All right. They actually follow what Eve does. All right. Whatever Judah does, men or women, all these other tribes follow. You see? Yeah, man. They be throwing you in prison, all that shit, man. Women be on a whole nother level, bro. That's right. But yeah, that's pretty much the point. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the point, man. So, you know, to you unbelieving to you women that have unbelieving husbands, hey, just keep enduring and keep fighting the good fight of faith. All right. And may your house be saved through you, you know, for believing. All right. And if it's not meant to be around that person, hey, that's in the hands of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to allow it to be that way, you know. But other than that, you got to endure. So, Lord willing, the lesson was edifying. Until the next one, Shalom. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Haloim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessed salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad. The Akim and the Akwat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson is edifying. To the next one, Shalom. The water for the scriptures too, brothers. Appreciate it. Shalom.